Yo, check me out, I'm elderb. It's saturDayZ. Another round of good old official vanilla is what we're doing tonight. Been doing Chernarus for the last, I don't know, 4, 5, maybe even longer sessions of saturDayZ. So, been having good fun. Had some really cool encounters on the last one. But, time to change it up. I haven't played Livonia very much, and when I have, it's not been official. So, same theme that we've been doing with the fresh starts on Chernarus, except this time we'll swap it out and do a fresh start on Livonia. I've got iSurvive on my iPad in front of me to save the swap into my other screen, which has got all the streamy stuff on it. We'll just play life out. The most populous server I could find official is not in my region once again, so we're doing a hopefully the ping holds up. It's about a third full, a little less than a third full, so hopefully we can get into something with some folks. But if not, this will be just kind of the standard saturDayZ thing, just a how I survive, no pun intended, how I get a start going and stuff like that. I'm not super familiar with Livonia, even less so than I am with Chernarus, but we'll give it our best go. And we'll see what we can get into. What I'd like to do, the Chernarus playthroughs, the fresh starts, have kind of been, I just want to see what the start on the official, what that experience is like. Since we've done that a couple times and gotten through that, I think what I'd like to do now is not play it as carelessly as I have on those, because that was to kind of inspire interaction where I could get it and things like that. So I think I'll be slightly more, not a lot, but slightly closer to the way I actually play, where I won't just sprint carelessly into towns where there's gunshots and stuff like that, because I would like to get to the bunker eventually, and I think that doing that on official is kind of the way I'd like to play that out. So we'll see if we can keep this life going, but if not, it is what it is. Tea of the evening is Earl Grey. Time for some dayz on Livonia. Much like on Chernarus, where I'm relatively unfamiliar, I don't know, I don't have any idea where I am. So, I'm going to utilize iSurvive, kind of figure out landmark-wise. We'll head, I know Livonia does you've got the river up north, and that's where you spawn. So I'm assuming the river is that way? I don't know. It's going to be close, though, because you're starting a spawn town that's on the river. So maybe even up this way. I might even be south of the river. I don't know. We'll figure it out, though. We'll take a look. Little lag there. I wasn't sure if she was going to give us a smack or not. Came out unscathed, on top. Yeah, obviously the street is behind all the goods here. What do we got? Some glovies, not bad. And a BK. In the first house we looked at, with a shot in it. Ah, good old Livonia. Now, if this house had a ton of food in it, it would be a very unbalanced start. No way. Okay. That's unheard of. Even on not heavily, but a vanilla plus, if you will, a community server. That's extremely unlikely. BK in the first house, shotgun in the second house. Here's a survivor here. Hello! What's up, man?
Dying over here, man.
Oh no! From what?
Lack of food, man. It's hard to find food around here.
Oh, bummer.
Huh?
Looks like you've been playing a little bit, though. You got some stuff on you. So, hopefully you make it, man.
Yeah, thanks, brother. First time trying this server.
Oh, yeah. I'm not usually an official guy. This is kind of like a little bit of a trial thing for me.
Me too. I just logged in an hour ago, died twice already.
Have you basically looted this area here?
No, I just started on this back half. I was kind of heading in that the general direction.
Okay. Yeah, I'll head.
There is a right over here. There is a
This guy's cool.
sewing or a. Let's see. Crouching one.
This is why he keeps dying though. He's just stopping in the middle of the road.
Sick. Get over here. I
A
think
little
it's that
weirdo
one right
here
over
in
there.
the background.
That small shed might have something like that.
Okay, man. I'll leave you to it though.
Thank you, brother.
Good luck.
You too.
That was very shady though. At the last second there, it seemed very strange. He was like, "Oh, maybe there's something in this shed over here," and I'm like, you can hear somebody in the background, you know, whether that's on his Discord or whatever. You're a chicken. Is that on me? Oh, it is. He's got a stab vest too. That's awesome. Ooh, get in here. He's like, oh, it's so hard to find food here. And then there's a chicken, like, right where you came from. Yeah, something shady there. I do feel like that was a lure me over to his buddy situation. Maybe not. He was hurt. You can see he was hurt, but... First survivor. Gotta stop the trust right away. Why did the chicken stop making noise? To me, it was a very weird chicken noise, too. Like, not the usual... I really don't think they changed chicken noises for Livonia, but... You know, I'm not a fan... I'm gonna actually drop this crowbar. I can't take it. Or can't stash it, rather. So I don't want to be able to not pull out my guns. That's what I thought I saw. He did say he came from this way, so this... There's a good chance that there's gonna be nothing in this area here. Okay, the carnival is telling. When I get a second, I'll actually scout the map here for it. Okay. Get stuck on the trunk. There we go. That's good news. Potentially nobody would have been down this way then. I feel like everybody goes for the PD in the spawn towns, which I get, right? Like, but you have to be the first one there, and if you're not, like, don't bother. We'll take it for now. It's only one extra space for not having the battery in it. I don't want that. I wanted to take note that this bolt is like sticking out as if it's been dropped. We'll grab those though, just in case we get a crossy. More than one carnival mask. I would like some type of zombie stabby slashy device, but we'll see. The fact that we have relatively decent weaponry to start. Not really any ammo to speak of though, so there is that. But I don't want to get too far away, because I can only imagine. That's pretty good. Even better. That we're very close to a well. Probably next to the PD, unfortunately. Oh no, fireworks. Party pack. 2 party packs. Yeah, party pack. Is that another party pack? It's Party Pack City up in here. Nothing in it though. Is this the one I just came out of? Sure feels like it. How did I come out of there and miss a party pack? Shame on me. Yeah, I think what we'll do is just kind of keep moving down the road here. I do feel like we're already south of the river and heading further south. I might be mistaken with that thought, but we will certainly find out. I thought I was doing the Deer Isle playthrough for a second, so I was like, netting, yes! Get ready for the bear gilly. Yeah, that's not this map, and I'm not anywhere near ready for that. It's a good thing we're not this, ooh, decent enough. Don't have this many personalities in real life. It's empty, and I don't care. What am I doing? We've got guns. Okay, we definitely want to grab that chicken. That's funny. So that's obviously either found in here or they found something better because they've dropped that here. Alright, where's this chicken? This way? Sounds very excitable. Just run around with our friend the chicken. Hello, chicken. Ooh. Natalia, hello. Hope you're having a great day as well. I'm quite hesitant on that name. Seems like you're about to offer some art services or ask for a Discord channel. Apologies if I'm mistaken, but I don't think I am. Alright, we've got some zombies all the way down the road. There's going to be a street sign eventually down the road, so we'll just kind of keep pacing out that way. Base building stuff. In fact, let me switch over here. No, okay. Hadn't caught you. So I might be happy with you. Happy enough anyway. I can't forget I'm still holding the chicken. That could prove disastrous. If I see somebody who's less friendly than our initial fellow there. There we go. I don't think we're gonna have space for that, but I think I might have to deal with it and just hand carry it. Okay, we got it. I'm not going to take the feathers. Usually I would, but I'm not going to take them just for the sake of the fact that we have 5 bolts, which is plenty for the life of a crossbow. Alright, now imagine the sun is going down. I believe when I logged in it said it was like 4:30 p.m. or something like that. So that means we're heading north, actually. North-ish. So I probably should take a second and figure out, you know, if we're in like a Brenna type place, which I don't know. This is the house we just came from. Yeah, let's head up here. I'm pretty sure we're heading out of Brenna. That lag frightened me for a minute. It always makes me think, like, oh, you're about to be shot. I'll let her run around, that's fine. Thought that was a zombie in there. Just a coat. Or a shirt. Yeah, it is slightly jittery. It's not too terrible, but feels like that's always the case on officials for me. It's slightly a little more lag, worse connection on community servers. Even community servers in the EU, I think my connection is a lot more stable. Cool. Alright, I do want to figure out where this is. So we have a large church. I don't know what the symbol is for a Ferris wheel, though. The church is kind of in the middle of town where the road splits. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is Brenna. And I'm technically headed the wrong way. This is north. But what I think I'll do is just kind of loot up as best I can heading this way. And since presumably most people are going to head south, like I usually do, maybe I'll find a house to cook this chicken in real quick, just so we can prevent the starvation bit. And then kind of move on from there. If I can get out of that zombie's way just for a second. Let me finish my sody. Just in time. Oop. I think we have matching t-shirts. We could have. We could have been t-shirt buddies. Need a bag so we can get rid of some of this stuff as well. Let's start rag collecting, just in case. It's a really bad spot to be doing this, but we'll be alright. I'm still close enough, and by close enough I mean in a spawn area, so I'm not too worried about running around with a gun out yet. I want to kind of give the impression in the starter area that guy might have had a pistol or something, but outside of that I don't think he had anything else. But give the impression that I don't have any shots in these, and that's why I'm not drawing. And we'll come back to those houses, but I do want to see if we can get something in here. I don't know what the symbol on I Survive is for the carnival. Kind of makes me question whether we're actually in Brenner or not, but like I said, we'll keep carrying on down the road. See if we can find a street sign down that way, and then figure it out. Thought that was a survivor for a second, just kind of standing upright. Another shotty with a shot. Okay, let's take a second. Let's figure this out. Now I'm pretty sure there's a little like a black Ferris wheel icon for the carnival bits. Yeah, just about everywhere has a church. That's not the best to base this on either. I've gone north from a church. The carnival was just north of said church. There's a PD in the town. I don't think it's Tar now. Oh, you know what's really funny? I'm sitting here like guessing. Or you could use the tools available to you. 35, 121. Okay. I'm glad we weren't trying to guess ourselves there. We're in Lukau. And heading north. So we're basically heading off the map. Presumably we're heading north anyway. Let's verify these assumptions with our garbage compass. Yeah, we have been heading north. Okay, so we're as far north as north can go. I don't really desire to go into the airfield, but I kind of want to just for sake of seeing what's what. And we're probably slightly more prepared with the stab vest and the BKs to do so than new players that would be taking their chances, but I think we'll see if we can live our life out before we start doing extreme silliness. Okay, being that far north though, I really do need to kind of hit these like last couple houses here. It's so creepy looking. It's very The Ring. And just head on out of here. And take a kind of a U-turn back to the west and start heading towards richer pastures, if you will. Yeah, so the only thing that would make me feel less like cheesy for the start would be as if we had a tourist map. But like I said, it's a fresh spawn start. It's like a beginner. Here's what I do when I start out stuff. Man, that is ginormous. We've got better pants already, right? Yeah, they're just kind of garbage. Let's get some of the stuff in here. We don't have that, so we can stow it. Just enough space. Perfect. 2 more slots in the frying pan too if we need. Alright, what we do need to do is kind of take a look and see where we are. It doesn't really matter. I think we're going up the road to another church, if I'm not mistaken. Like halfway in between the two. There's a water tower. Yep, that's that over there. The water was down the street, basically across the street from the PD, so I don't really want to do that. There's a military, another military out west. I'm standing in the middle of a field, scrolling around on a map. And so I don't quite have a plan yet. Oh man, that's pretty big. I would take that for sure if we had just a touch more room. These aren't that big though, are they? Yeah, it's bigger than I care to. We'll find another one. If I had the stove, obviously, I would take it, but Alright, so let's start heading towards the sun. We'll take a loop back to the west. I think I have low, badly. Okay, yeah, we'll roll with those. Yeah, we'll head towards the sun. We should pick up a radio antenna. Like, kind of often. Yeah, there it is there. And then that's overlooking... Yeah, that should overlook that military. So we'll do that, hit the stuff on the way. And then if the food situation gets any worse, which it looks like it will be shortly, we'll stop and cook this chick in the frying pan, at least make that relatively expedient. Head in here and see what's what. I don't even have enough experience in Livonia to really comment on whether I like it or not. Like, I think I'm maybe like 5 or 6 lives is really all I've played through on it. You know, it's the same kind of, I think they didn't really change much in terms of like where you spawn compared to like Chernarus and stuff. You know, you've got relatively the same area where you're kind of east to south around the east side of a Chernarus. You're, you know, east to northwest around the west side. Excuse me, around the river side. So I feel like they kind of just like redid what they already had, which obviously that's what you would do. You know, when people had Chernarus for such a long time, you wouldn't really go... Man, every once in a while, I don't know if it's the game or my headphones, but it'll like skip a sound where I'll hear like my own footstep again, but it'll be from only one direction. So it always makes me think that, like, you know, there's somebody just on the other side of the wall, or, you know, whatever I'm up against there. Would like to kill a couple zombies just to see if we can get lucky with food as well. Especially whenever we hear some unhappy grannies here. Good miss, good miss. Like that. Exactly what we're looking for. Stand still, that's a perfect way to stay safe. Okay, as soon as we get crunching this down, runners usually have a bag. Does she have a bag? No. Not that they usually, but I feel like I find the most of them on them. We'll kind of grab one of theirs attention at a time here. I think she just has the hat? Yeah, no bag. Yeah, we'll keep our helmet. I feel like, especially for the spawn area, the spawn town here, we kind of look a little more geared up than we are. Oh man, it's kind of hard to pass this up. I think we'll, oh, it's got a real bolt in it. Yeah, we'll hang out with this for a little bit, just for killing zombies, and then eventually ditch it. Shot him in the back. Once again, I'll just have to remember the old triple carry situation is happening. I didn't go in that building in front of me, so I will make my way over there. Glow plug. I don't think... I've never been to the bunker, so I don't think you need a glow plug, but I have nothing to justify that with. We've got a lot of bolts, so I'm going to take my chances to see how far. Okay. Pretty accurate. That might have been longest crossbow shot, controlled crossbow shot, not being in a panic fight situation that I've made. That bag is really really next move. Flag. Flag. Was there something on the floor too? No. I'm being slightly too cavalier about the whole situation here, but medium. It is a better color though. It's not great storage, but for now, 1 for 1 and a better color, I'll take it. That's what I thought. I was like, did you just ditch the crossbow? Sometimes that swap will get me. Left a Mosin on the hood of a car the other day, but at least I only took like 2 steps away and was like, wait a second. What did I do? Alright, heading... Oh, this was the house we were talking about. So we'll go up the hill. The food situation is still a... we're going to end up stopping to cook the chicken. But since chicken is such garbage for calories, that will not be the long-term solution. This little warehouse bit. What I'd really like is some 7.62, but beggars and choosers and all that. Who's locking doors in the spawn town? Both of them. Well, you know what? I gotta see. I gotta see. This is gonna bust and then I won't have a knife, so this is so dumb, but we're gonna give it a whack. I was about to say, I'm not looking up far enough. Is there a base in there? There is a base. That's why it's locked. I don't know why I'm about to fist fight you. That was worth it. I love how I've ruined my own knife instead of just taking like, I don't know, 1/10 of a second to realize they've locked this because it's a base. Who makes a base in the first spawn town? I can't really comment since I don't make bases, but it doesn't seem like a very informed location to base up. Is this the workshop one, right? Okay, more shotgun shells, that's nice. Every little bit counts. Plus in the industrial area, we are... Oh, well, you know what? I can actually... This is silly to do right now, but we've got it, and I don't think we're going to live much longer with it, so... Might as well. We just ditched a hoodie. I don't know why I'm looking at a hoodie. Okay. Radio tower should be that way somewhere. Hit this last little barn area. At least this triple carry, when you're only worried about, you know, fighting zombies, is the best kind. Because you don't have to worry about taking a knife out or something like that. You know, switching to the compass and such is obviously a pain, but not a big deal. Okay, this is where I Survive comes in handy because we're going cross country, so peeking on the map to see where things like this hunting stand are. To pass over a blue trail first, so it'll be a little bit, but even like where the clearings are, you kind of get an idea of where you are. There should be some type of shed up here on the right. This stump right there just frightened me greatly. And then I saw more of them and I was like, oh, okay, that's not a person. I see a roof in here. Yeah, okay, so here's the shed. The burlap sack. I don't have rope. That would be good though. Some more space than that is. Oh, it's smaller than I thought. We can put that in the frying pan. We'll hang on to that just until we run out of space or find a rope, whichever comes first. Okay, so that being that little shack, that means we can kind of head into the trees. I could do the compass and go directly west, but I think we're in good shape. It is getting a little darker for you guys, so I'm going to go ahead and splash the gamma up for you. I don't have any in-game, but that's at least changes it for the stream, so you're not looking at pitch blackness when nighttime comes. Your screen is a little darker anyway. I should probably just turn my gamma up for the stream in general, because it always seems to be a little darker than what I'm looking at. But hopefully I'm reminded of that when the sun comes out, because otherwise it will wash everything out and look like garbage. Okay, so we've crossed, and now we have the road on our left side. So just further in and beginning to go uphill towards the antenna, which I've lost sight of. But should be up this way somewhere. There'll be a hunting stand. Obviously a rifle would be desirable, but I'll settle for 7.62. Or I'll take whatever's in it and be thankful, because what else are you going to do? I might have steered too far right. Not really expecting a clearing. Some spotty trees, sure, but that's right. If we miss it, it's not a necessity. There will be more. Although actually the line of spotty trees I think is exactly what we're looking for. There's a path again. Did we want a path? Blue path. Blue path technically leads to the antenna, but we want to cut the corner. Find this hunting stand. I think we might have passed it. This like clear cut area is where it comes up to. No biggie. Not gonna spend a lot of time. I hate that sound so much. Every time it starts, it takes me a second to remember that it even takes place. I'm like, what is that? Yeah, the stand should have been in the middle of this kind of clear cut. I said I wasn't gonna waste time on it, and here I am turning around trying to find it. Let's just go to the antenna. I don't even think there's anything up here. Maybe like a shack. But yeah, my intent was like, hey, let's do what I would do on a fresh start in Livonia. And like, this is absolutely not what I would do. I do not have the means to go overwatch a military, but we'll peep it out. I do prefer to get 2 lives out of one of these sessions, so we can be a little more cavalier with the first one. Like, check the same door twice. There was another instance where I heard my step twice. Okay, so down that way-ish? Like over that way, I think, is the military bit. I thought you'd be able to see a little better. There's the... is that the feed stand? What is that? Should be a feed stand down here, but that's a larger roof. That might be the military. We're obviously very obvious. We're in a very open area. That's alright. Unfortunately, like I said, for tonight, I was hoping to get at least a half pop server, if not a 3/4. Not that I'm against being on a full pop, but for demonstration purposes, it's better to not be like immediately mobbed up by people who want to punch you, but that's also kind of the dayz experience sometimes, so that wouldn't have been too bad to get a hold of. But I'd have to go modded if I wanted more pop at this time, so here we are, unfortunately. Yeah, this has got to be the military. There's nothing else over here. So there is like an industrial building or two on the north end. I don't think it has a road. There should be a gas station in here also. Zombie down that way, but that's kind of a nondescript. Yeah, it's male zombie, so I didn't even know he was there. Let's bring him inside. Got some better boots here. Ooh, really good boots. Ooh. Come here. Of course you're gonna make me bleed. That's the bummer on the triple carry, even with the crossbow. I swear I saw someone moving over there through the menu. I was going to comment how I think it's funny that you can do stuff while you're loading the crossbow, but no, you can't take your shoes off. It is still funny though how you can like, you just leap out of your shoes. Like, click, shoes off. Okay, rags. We're going to take them though. But that is a little telling. I don't think people would have recently been here, because I feel like you'd come from the same way that I am. All the spawn areas are east of here, so I do like having actual bolts Mosin rounds. That is extremely beneficial as opposed to the improvised. Not exactly where I wanted you to go down, but that's where you are now. I'm also not moving through this area at the best that I would. You're just kind of like going straight for barracks and such, but I think we'll be alright. Plus having the crossbow bolts, it makes it a little more feasible to just go ahead and to shoot with it. Did that say take? What are you going to put that on? I didn't know you could do that. I had no idea you could do that. That's pretty neat. Well, at least for the time being, we've got something. You know, usually you see that, or I see them, and I've already got a bag, so I'm not too worried about it, but 45. Yeah, the ammo we're seeking is, we're not in the right place to actually find it, but it's alright. Okay, so we've got the one, then there's two more further south, and then there's one more, so we might as well check the whole thing. I don't think that really indicates that there's going to be stuff in here, but it's worth a look. I do want to take out as many of these guys as possible, just in case they have some goodies for us. Like that. That's pretty big. Put it on the old party pack. Let's not forget, however, that that is not good water. Zombie water. Alright, we've got camo. There should be 2 barracks around this. I'm gonna keep the crossbow out, like I said, just for the sake of... Okay, so somebody's been not too long ago, which makes sense. I could get a shot off with the crossbow and then switch to something, ooh, don't lag right now, please. Slightly more impressive. That was an interesting lean there. Way too late. Yeah, the zombie on the roof was not aggroed either, so super unlikely that somebody's been here all that recently. So that's 20, and this is, what, 24? So I'm apt just to keep this sling bag. I know it takes the tool slot, and I don't have that on the utility pack, but that's okay. I'm willing to take that sacrifice. I was going to say, I did see something in here. Colt with a shot. We've got some 45, so that's not too bad. Chambered, obviously not the best case, but I'm kind of doing a paranoid run here. I feel like I saw somebody in there, but I don't know if that's accurate. Badly damaged. Sure is making a bunch of noise out there. Got a cleaning kit, good for later use. Stand still while checking a barracks for a smoke grenade. See, the downside of not usually playing official... What are you doing over there? Is that I don't even know, you know, like when I see a tear gas grenade on the community servers, I don't even know, like, you know, is that vanilla or is that modded? Another one, gun cleaning kit. I didn't really want to do that for sake of the vest, but I've got the stab vest, so I'm not going to not take his vest there. This is wildly unnecessary, but I'm going to do it. You never know. I think both my guns are actually in. They're both pristine. There's no purpose to that whatsoever. Let's not do that. That's just silly. Yeah, literally every gun I have is pristine. I thought I heard footsteps again. But I think now I'm just freaking myself out. Okay. Well, those we can swap. That's not what I wanted to do, but now that's what I'll drop. I really should have closed that door behind me also. That seems like that's a much better idea than what I'm doing right now. Nope, not you. I want that one. Yeah, that's where I want you to place it. Okay. Not too shabby. Not lean. Let's reload. Let's do crossy. And then the shotgun. That's not how that works. Okay, perfect. Once again, swap is going to get me in trouble. If I had more BK shots, I would go take one of those deer too. Maybe I'll take my chances with the crossbow, but I'm not that confident, even with the bolts. Okay, I do want to sprint out of here because I've been making myself paranoid about... Oop, yeah, that's a good way to stay safe. Twice. Ah, bummer. I don't even think 7x39 spawns in a military area, but... Oop, what do we got back here? Glasses, smoke, Colt mag. Sweet. Shushed you. Actually, this bolt's already... I thought maybe you'd fall off of there, but... Oh, I've put the bolts in the frying pan, and I'm really glad I've discovered that right now. That would have been very exciting. Had things been any more heated than they have been. Let's put this in here. It's like I said, I don't even know what the actual purpose is. Mosin rounds, 939. Not that we need to remember that we've got that, but just in case. Okay. Let's try that again. Let's switch it up a little bit. Because there's quite a long road here. Either at the gas station. No, we'd be on the west side. So there'll be one more barracks. We'll take it down to the guard shack. And then figure out where we want to go from there. There was another instance. I need to figure out, like, Captain. Exactly what that is. That I wish you guys could hear it. It literally sounds like somebody like takes one step at the same time that I do. I don't even know what you can put that on. I don't think anything I've got. Yeah, it's as if somebody were running next to me, like outside of the building I'm in. And it's only one. It's just one like plop of a footstep. Is there another captain past him? I think so. But it's enough to make me go every time it happens. Like that noise. I could have demonstrated there. Was that a captain? I'm not sure. He might be wearing that stupid Ozark cap. Oh, that was a lot higher than I intended. No, it's not a captain. I was about to say, I don't even know where this yelling guy is yelling at us from here. Yeah, nothing. Oh, plate zombie? No way. That's crazy. He's following me, right? Come on, bud. That's nuts this early in. I don't know what the other guy is, but... Come in, come in. Let's get him closed in here. We'll shoot the other one, regardless of what he's got. I was gonna say, did you not really know how to find your way in here? I know, you're heavy. I love how you just punch like a dude in plate armor and a combat helmet. Like, this feels good on your fist. Okay, the steps there. I'm like super paranoid tonight on steps. I knew another zombie was coming. Buy stabby, buy enduro. I have epoxy for that too. Let's fix that up real quick actually. While we draw attention to ourselves with a zombie running around outside. Okay, next problem though. North of the river, gonna have to pass through spawn towns with a plate carrier and a helmet. What do you think anybody that's even remotely have a gun in their hands gonna think about us? So we might get the encounters that we were talking. Oh, no, that's crazy. You know what? You're a present for the next fellow that wanders by. Okay. Okay, not a captain. Definitely had to verify that like 4 times. It's quite a bit dark. Oh, it is a captain. It's quite a bit darker, but I don't think it's gonna get any darker, maybe? Is that a zombie on the roof? And he's aggroed. Alright, let's switch to shoddy. Is this the HQ building? Yeah. Oh no, it's the double barracks. I hate these buildings. There's so many places where people can come in from, and rarely is there anything worth your time in here, but I go in every single time for some reason. Do we have 2 on the roof? Or is one the dude that's gonna step around the corner and blast us? At least we've got shotgun shells, so if we need to run and reload, that is a possibility. Oh, Jesus. God, that scared me. I'm still not excited about the guy on the roof, who was already claw hand when we came around the corner. That's obviously the metal. But it would be just our luck that somebody, like, would have gotten scared that they heard us running up. The other zombie wasn't aggroed, though. What you got in it? Some yum-yums. So I don't know what to think. I don't know what's going on. That's alright. We're gonna loot the whole thing, though. The hackles have started standing up on my neck, though. We will see what takes place. This is kind of the last mill building anyway. So we make our way down to the guard shack. It's not like I could do anything there anyway. We'd shoot the side of the bunk. Yeah, see, like, canned tuna is what we benefited from that. Oh, okay. That was very laggy, interesting. Ooh. No, 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 please don't. Oh, great. Not that this is going to help now. Hopefully they're spread out enough that it's not that big of a deal. Where's he coming from? I heard him. Is the guy on the roof? Yeah, guy on the roof's just freaking out. Yeah, hopefully that was far enough away from the other turds. Yeah, that one doesn't even care. Okay, that could have been bad. Another gun cleaning kit. We have, so we're good. Thought I saw something over there. Alright, there is our queue. I think, oh no, we made terrible decisions earlier and decided to sickle a locked door with a base behind it. So I don't have the means to gather bark. I don't need bark. I've got matches that are about to get wet. Let's put those in the frying pan real quick. Yeah, I'll take these. These are still dry, right? Okay, put those there. Let's eat this real quick. I was going to run west through the woods to head back south. Iolawa is southwest of us, and it doesn't look like a fresh spawn town, but we'd be on the quest for a knife. Do we need a knife then? We've got a rag we can throw in there. We've got the matches that are going to stay dry. Nah, then we'll be okay. We'll just basically head directly southwest. That tuna will tide us for, I don't know, 45 seconds probably. That's usually not ever a good solution to hunger, but... Okay, now I'm being way ballsier than I should be. 9:19, I don't think we're going to find a VSS or anything in here. CU jacket, that's nice. 45 we've got. This is way better than ours, right? It's not way better, but it looks cooler. Oh, it is better. It's got more slots. I can't really grab it. Let's take the risk. Just try and move faster than you are. I probably should cut this. Yeah, you probably should cut that out. If only you had a knife or a sickle or some other similar device. Okay, we've got a good amount of like higher tier ammo. Can't resist a car. Always gotta look. I don't know why I just took that. Why do you want that? I want to make smoke, even though I can't. Okay, so that was guard shack. There is something at the end of the road, military. Let's get off the street here, though. So pretty significant. Plate carrier, helmet. I mean, a bunch of ammo we couldn't really use, but we got out without alerting the villagers, if you will. What do you got? Oh, that's amazing. We have no way to open it. If only the decisions we make... Okay, so this is going to curve off. There could be a police crash down here, which is not, you know, doesn't hold anything spectacular that we're looking for, but you never know. Maybe R12 that we could switch out for the single shot shotgun. I doubt it. Or not a crash at all. Alright, from here we want to go this way to Bilawa. I'd really like to get off the open area in the street here. What I'm super curious to check is what server pop looks like right now. You know, it's going to be obviously getting later and later. I know it's Saturday, but East Coast time is 10:30, so people will probably... Where are you? If I can see you in a reasonable amount of time here, without scaring you. Too late. Does Bilawa have water? They must. It's decent sized. They do. Across from the church. Water across from the church. Let's get into these trees instead of being as reckless as we have been here. Okay, I was gonna say, that was a sound that I definitely heard, like, that was more than just steps off to my right. That's what I thought. I was like, did somebody start a fire here? I've seen a couple posts from some guys that, you know, will post their picture, and it's just them, like, cooking a steak on the side of the road. Everyone will all be like, oh, you know, you ballsy move, or you must not be on this server or that server. I'm like, that's awesome when people do that. I'm just cooking my steak, man. You can kill me if you want. Alright, unless because I didn't pay enough attention to my scary fox encounter. Lava is uphill? On the top of the hill. I'm not expecting another open field, though. Maybe it's directly in front of me. Don't do this. This is not a good idea. Yeah, I think there's the start of it. I definitely could have found a better approach, but at least the rain will help slightly. Alright, let's enjoy some peaceful rain sounds, and I'll get some tea sipping. wouldn't mind jumping in to one of the houses right on the outskirts here, just over the other side of these power lines, and getting the cooking started. I was particularly excited about having to wait the rain out, but at least we can ring our... I'm not even bother ringing the clothes. We'll just get the plus sign. Power lines crossing the road. Oh, okay. That makes this the main road into... Yeah, here's the town sign. Okay. I always love making up my own pronunciation. You know, Bialawa. Bialawa seems to make sense to me, but like, I don't know. People be like, that's not how you say it. Alright, we'll check a couple cars. I don't want to do the first town, or the first house rather, especially not that one. That's the one with a million windows in it. Nah, let's leave him. I was going to shoot him, but don't really want to leave signs of our presence in the entrance to the town. I don't even know if this one has a stove in it, does it? Yeah, it does. Okay, well, sewing kit and jeans in better shape than ours. That's a good sign to start for sure. I don't know how many times I do that. Like, just pick up the wrong thing. Let's see. What did I just see? Sewing kit. I love the low growl zombie. It's way creepier. Okay. Let's keep on down. Water across from the church. Don't forget that. I feel like I'm going to. I feel like I'm being way too careless, but sewing kit in the first house kind of gives me too much confidence in the likelihood that somebody's around. This too. I might cook in here. Beer's big. We'll take some rounds. I don't have anything that shoots that, but yeah, I think I'll cook in here. We got a rag. We just need a couple sticks. One will do, really. We got the frying pan, so I don't really need to go crazy with how much we get here. Let's just go plop this inside for a moment. This is not the best choice of house, by any means, but that's not damp, is it? No, okay, good. I think they only go damp when you break it down, maybe? Or when it's in your inventory? I don't remember which. Okay. We do have, like, this entire window to be wary of, but that's alright. Especially if you kind of hang out over here. Definitely not worried about getting any plus symbol or anything. Like I said, it's going to be raining for a good minute, so we'll be alright. Flop that. Let's get the save stuff out of here. Give me a rag, please. Ragged up. That's our frying pan spot. Let's not forget that. I mean, just having this stuff is really good too, but we might as well just cook the chicken while we have the option to do so. So we've just hit the 1 hour mark. We don't have, like, we're not in a, you know, in a bad way, really. Let's actually stand here so we can block that out. I would love to grab my gun first. Not a long enough reach. We'll just stand here like this. If anybody dares come in. Okay, and then from here we need to beeline to the water. So I don't care to be red on that. Can we... Yeah, okay. Those are leather, you can't do that. I'm gonna sit here and wring stuff out just for a second, just because there's the slim chance that by the time we head out of here, that's gonna stop. It's already slowed a lot, but I don't think it's gonna stop. But unless a dude rolls up with a grenade, I don't think we're at risk of anything murdering us through the window. Yeah, then that was already worth it. Do we have anything that needs repair? Let's get those out of there too, so that cool down. We'll just go ahead and munch everything down. I didn't even realize that this was in this kind of shape. Let that cool down. Munch it on down. I'm really glad we're letting all the light out that window. And then we'll continue to safety. Go grab the water. A little bit of a bummer that we're out of epoxy, but everything that we could. Oh, okay. I was like, that was a really weird lighting thing there. That I don't know why that happened. Yeah, that sucks. We only got halfway through that. I don't really want to crack this, but might as well. Get the liquid to stop us from losing health a little bit. We've got the canteen, so at least that's good. And go fill that up. Lightning again? No? Yeah, there it is. Okay, I was about to say. The very strange lighting effect. I'm going to organize this later too. But right now we're focused on chicken. It's all about the chicken. Not too shabby. If we had something that makes a little louder noise, or a little more ammo for the things that we have that make noise, I'd feel a little better, but it's not too bad overall. We have 2 slots, so we'll eat 1 chicken. No, we won't. We won't even do that. Let's just go. I think that's the move. I feel unsafe. We'll throw our unused stuff in there. 45 shoddy is all we really need. Let's throw that in there until we can open it, and we'll throw that in there. Okay. Good thing we wrung out the the top. Yeah, I feel like. Ugh. Okay. It's funny how the littlest things make me feel safe. Like, as soon as you reach a tree, in a tree line, we already have one, but I'm going to take it. You know, it's like you automatically are like, oh, okay, good. No one can see me now. The magic trees had me hidden. Like, I just ran around the corner of the house, which realistically, like, with it raining, I don't think you would have noticed the smoke. But since it is, like, I think it's sunrise time-ish. It is lighter, but the storm is making it still pretty garbage visibility. Okay, let's close this up. We got some goods to go through. I don't think we have a belt, do we? We've got the hip pack. I don't care about 380. Does this? It's got nothing. Okay, moving on. Across from the church. Water across from the church. Oh yeah, I did want to check what server pop is. I've got a better compass, so don't need that. We'll see if he's going to behave himself. He should. Maybe. He might come in and take a peek. Check who's home. Yeah, especially on official. That guy kind of frightened me. He kind of looked humanish. Especially when there's like rain going on, and definitely if it's, you know, a more populated city, that's when I notice performance on my rig, which isn't great anyway. Fantastic. We got to figure that out, because that is coming with us. Oops. Helps if you make the room for it. We have a knife again. Alright, let's go in this house here. And actually go through the fence. That's what I thought. I was like, that's base building stuff, isn't it? But it's on the ground. That's kind of weird. Okay. More food. We're just going to crack into this right now. Oh yeah, it is base stuff. That makes sense. There's the gate bit. I probably should clear these rooms, but I'm not gonna as I sip tea and eat beans. I can't imagine that's a recent base development. That obviously is rated, so not overly concerning. Let's eat this chicken up real quick, just for space sake, if nothing else as well. The one in the pan I'm not worried about. We can hang on to that, but it's such a little amount of food, it's not really going to do us a whole lot of good. So we will need to sort that out. What do we still have? We have the bacon and the beer. Yeah, bacon's in the frying pan, so we'll be all right. I'm definitely not a huge fan. Where did my gun go? There it is. Definitely not a huge fan of the triple carry though, even in this instance. Like just doing simple stuff like eating is such a pain. I really should be more cautious going through what used to be a base too, in case they've got a tripwire and stuff. I don't know, it doesn't have the signs of like recently used as a base or anything. There's no crates or anything like that. Okay, where is the church? Oh, it doesn't matter. Here's the water. I don't feel great about this either. Having to drop this. Drop it by the fence. We need to empty this. I was very ill prepared for it to be right in my face like that. Alright, super risky. Wish me luck. This is like one of the most open water pumps ever also. And I'm gonna drink to Symbol before we get out of here, so. Which is usually like 1 1/4, I think, drinks out of the canteen. Oop, okay, I'm already full from eating. That's alright. That should get us to white, for sure. That zombie over there, once again, scared me. Old Waddles. Okay. Ooh, hello. If that were a human with a gun, would have been slightly different interaction. I really don't think anybody's around, but that doesn't justify acting like nobody's around. Oh man, I'm full. Let's close ourselves in and wait till that's not the case. Munch that down. We can check if this has got a shot. It does. All buckshot. Nope, not yet. You haven't eaten your vegetables. Oh, well, I mean, if you would have organized your inventory, you would have been moving on already. Do need to figure out which way we're going here. If water was to my right up the road, so behind me is south, kind of southwest. Yeah, down this way. Need to start hitting some hunting stuff. A better rifle, and some 308, a scope. Next on the list. Man, boxing, everybody's always like, you know, oh, I can't find base building stuff. I can't find base building stuff. That's a stupid chicken coop bit. I found 2 boxes of nails in less than an hour and 10 minutes, and I have no desire to build a base. So that's the key. Stop looking for it, and it will present itself to you. Well, this is going to happen as well. Can only imagine we're going to go full stomach, like, super quick here. Just let me get through the cereals. Let me eat it. Let me eat it. Oh, man. I don't want to press my luck. You know what? We'll be giving. I don't want to be giving. What's our frying pan situation look like? Full with the chicken. It's fine. It's fine. We're full apple. We'll find more food later. Alright, so off to the left. Yeah, that's power line. Oh, okay, there's a hunting camp. Keep heading this way. Southwest of the town here. And this not being looted is pretty promising that that won't be looted. That's not very logical, because I would definitely head to the hunting camp over this town, but... interesting. Well, there's a 3-dial lock for their base if they so desire. That they obviously do not have locked. The placement of the bases that I'm finding tonight are very interesting. Like industrial spot in a spawn town, one gate. This industrial spot, spawn town, one gate. I don't care. I've got the 45, so I'm not worried about it. Ooh. I'm really having a hard time holding on to the burlap sack. I mean, I've got the option to just get more rags and get or a rope and have a 35 slot bag pretty easily. So I guess I need to deal with it until we get that sorted. The butt pack though, that really surprised me. I didn't know you could just throw that on your back. There's my learning point for the evening. Yeah, it's you can tell. Well, okay, I guess that was lightning. I thought it was going to be getting light here. I need to remember, and actually I probably could click that now. It's still pretty dark for you guys, so I will leave that on. I was going to say I need to remember to turn that off so you don't get washed out, but okay. This farmhouse, where's that in relation? To this hunting camp. I really should have kept pulling the power lines. That's alright. We'll figure it out. I do want to check this barn though. I don't, sometimes like a certain building, I just can't not gravitate towards it. Like, what's going to be in this farmhouse? A damaged sickle? Like, why? Why were you like, ooh, go check there, that's completely out of the way. I mean, okay, sure, a glass bottle would have been nice if we didn't have the canteen, but let's bush dive here real quick. We've got to be on the west side of town, but I do want to just verify that. Alright, we're going southeast. That's absolutely... okay, I see which one we're at. So we want to go from there directly southwest, so obviously that's going to be that way. That way. A little bit of cross-countrying, which I'm not a huge fan of most of the time, but we've got some landmarks to figure out to cross before we get to where we would end up getting lost. A little grovey bit, there'll be a road up here. Oh yeah, the other thing I was going to check, what's Pop like? This is going to kill sound for you for a second. Pop is currently... alright, yeah, it's pretty garbage. There's only 16 people on, so there was 21, 22, I think, when we started. But, like I said, as the night went on, let me pop into another tree here and just check. I'm curious if this is still the highest populated official. It is, yeah, interesting. First person, anyway. Probably would have been one with more people on it for third person, but that is not my jam. But I'd say we're looking pretty good. Just need some more ammo. food is sorted for at least temporarily. We'll need to do that long term, obviously. I'll just keep collecting more rags. And then if fishing needs to take place, that's usually my go-to. If we find more ammo, though, I won't hesitate to go hunting, shooting some animals. And provided I don't get like super bothered by it, we'll hang on to the crossbow for quite a while too. Get the silent animal hunts in. But it's a good life. I would not be upset if we could run into a player and exchange some shooties at this point, especially because I'm probably more well protected than they would be. Okay, we got a smokestack off to the right. Where? Okay. Am I going the right way? That seems off. There's something over there, or is that just a tree that's rendering in weird? Let me jump back in the trees here. Where was that smokestack? There it is. Alright, let's look here. A smokestack to the southwest. There is an industrial bit down basically between me and the camp. It doesn't show a smokestack in it, but we'll just head that way. It's at least something to regain bearings again. Zombie in the middle of nowhere. I don't think this is actually in the middle of nowhere. I think I'm just in the tree line before the road that kind of leads to that industrial bit. That does seem a little far off though, but I'm pretty close to the western edge of the map, so it's not like, yeah, okay. Yeah, I wasn't in as much of the middle of nowhere as I thought. Did you ruin my bolt? Must have. I think I blamed them. Why'd you ruin my bolt? Now, I love how I've taken a minute to pause after verifying the server pop is quite low, and I didn't even take a look around in the military camp. That zombie on that pipe? Is that even a zombie? Okay, it's just like perfectly situated to look like it was on the pipe. I would love to find a gas stove, even if we don't get the gas for it quite yet. Need to get dried out sooner than later also. It's funny how much time, like Livonia, every time I played it, I always feel like it's the one that's known. Oh, okay. I didn't know that was a thing. The only downside about me never doing any base building stuff is I don't know how it works. Like, I don't know, like, why didn't they just lock that? Did they just not find one? It took forever for me to tab out of that for some reason, so I was very hesitant, like, oh no, is there somebody in here? Like, I'm about to get shot. That's weird. There was the same 3 sling bags. There was the sling bag with 380 in it in the other building that was just like this. Yeah, the base stuff. This guy's just hanging out. The base stuff that we've encountered tonight, it's just very strange to me. So I almost feel like at some point I need to do that process. Maybe I like link up with somebody that usually builds a base, just to see what it's all about, really. Like, why do people choose the places they choose? This building either has good stuff or absolutely nothing. Go for another long shot here. A moving long shot. That's not even close to a long shot. What do you got? Gas or water? Just curious. Got the gas. I say that though, after so many hours of Rust, I have no interest in the base building stuff. I honestly think it takes away from a little bit of what makes this game unique. Been a couple posts recently that's like, what's the difference, or you know, what's what's different and similar between Rust and dayz, and not having ever played it, I used to kind of think that, you know, they would have been similar games. And, like, sure, you can do some segues between the two, and, like, here's where they stack up against each other. But they are just, like, such wildly different games. Alright. Where is the proper way? Because we got a sunrise going, so it should be this way-ish. Yeah, you've got a compass, but let's sun navigate. Yeah, there's the power line, so that was correct. If we hit train tracks and we don't see the hunting camp, we've gone too far. So at least we have that. There's a couple cars and another building over here we can check on the way out. I really think for the time being, especially still being this far north, the only thing I'm really looking for is some 76239. You're gonna run all the way around this shed, not go in the front door, and there's gonna be a tracksuit jacket with nothing in it. Why did you tab it? There's no plus. You're just that curious, huh? Alright. Cars have not been very bountiful for us today. It's usually like a great source of stuff. Okay, as I say that, there's some more yum-yums. So I'm actually not concerned about food for quite a while. We just filled up on water. So survival needs currently met with little issue. I kind of want that, but at the same time I don't. I need to eat this zucchini too. It's so big. Such a big zucchini. What do we got up here? Where is that? That is the wrong way, I think. Are the power lines that dip over here? That's the road, so we want to go this way. Again, sun nav. There should be uneventful forest until either the hunting camp, which a good amount of cabins, 7 cabins, and the pub as always. Some boats to search there. Man, and then it goes into Topolin, where we don't really have a choice. We kind of have to go through Topolin. Is there a crossing there? We'll go through. If we run into somebody, we run into somebody, but given the choice, would not go through that as the starter town. Be curious, maybe the spawn when we roll through there will be further east or something. If we got into a fight in here with, you know, against somebody with a BK, there's our camp. I'm okay with that, but I really don't want to go get punched out, go get stun locked by some dude that just spawned in. But it happens. I'm always really bad, and I noticed it just because I'm at eye level with it, at checking chimneys when you come into an area. Like, for some reason, it just doesn't even, I don't even think about it. You got any goods in there? Let me stand around for a while, peeking through the windshield. It's like some gloves, Christmas lights. Gotta fancy up the house. Is that crossbow better than our crossbow? It sure looks it. It does not. Plus ours cool colors. Will match our sweet hunting setup that we kind of have going on. More of a military setup, but same. Same premise, anyway. Okay, I can see now, and I forgot about it. I knew I would. You guys are looking at washed out nonsense, and I'm running around having a great time. Okay, I cleared with the BK, but it's okay. Luck was with us. Where's the garage bit? Must be over here. Like the workshop? I never know what to call that area. That is very dropped. So my theory of not running into anybody over here might not be accurate. Oh, sharpening stone. I need that in my life. I'm just gonna drop that. it's much more likely that I'm going to need to sharpen. I wouldn't be upset about that either. Let's crack into some of this food. This obnoxious zucchini is taking up too much space. So we can do this. Where's our gun cleaning kit? Oh, the frying pan. I'm like, there's so much room in my jeans. I've definitely left a cooking pot behind before because I was organizing stuff and it was kind of in a bad spot to look through an inventory, but I was just like, oh, well, look at how much space I have, and I'm like putting stuff in the place where the cooking pot went and then just left. I think it was actually like a whole cooking setup. Okay. Sometimes tab does not agree, and it just is like, no, I'm gonna leave your inventory open. I would like to be slightly cautious here, though. Also cognizant of the bear trap situation that may exist. I already have one of you. This would be a cool spot to get into a little back and forth, though. Little fisticuffs. Do you have a battery? You don't even exist. We already got one of you. Okay, I was about to say, I thought I was glitching out there for a second and nothing was registering, but I do want to take this dude out in case he's got some hunting style goodies for us. Nada. Yeah, see, there's where I would have been very happy with, we've already got the rifled slugs, right? Yep. Oh, but I can't leave ammo there. Would have been really happy with the gas stove, but what are you gonna do? Oh, thank you, dayz. Thank you for listening. I need to drop my gun again. I hate dropping that one too. That's the thing that's terrible. We have the full cook setup. That is awesome. Yeah, you can't beat that. That's great. Now I really hope that we can keep this guy going for saturDayZ for the near future, for Succession. Because that'd be cool to take this character and get down to the bunker. Granted, it's not that impressive, right? It's relatively low pop. There's another gas stove. That's crazy. Ooh, top up our bolts. But I'm not that good of a player, guys, so it's okay. It's okay to do some quest stuff when it's a little quieter. The Deer Isle runs don't have a lot of people on. More than here. I think there's usually about 20-ish. But another sharpening stone. More slugs. I gots to. You know I gots to. You're not gonna let me, are you? I passed up one, I think, already. Oh, do I not have any room? I already have 30 slugs in a single shot. Yeah, like you're gonna have the life in you to get through those. Okay, where are we going? We are going to Toplin. We're going to Murder Central. Like we've been yakking about, it's relatively quiet. If this is the lake, then we are going... It's fine. We'll run into it. We'll kick it a little bit further left, though. This is southeast-ish. We're heading Toplin way. There is a feed stand on the way. We'll hit that. The plan was to be done in about 30 minutes, but I'm having a good run, so we'll keep it rolling a little bit longer. Unless we die. In Toplin. To a fresh spawn with a cleaver. There we go. All things considered, depending on how this keeps going, I think I kicked too far left. We should just run this tree line and the feed stand will be in it. What do we got over there? Little electrical shack. Yeah, okay. That should be on the train tracks. Yeah, we got the server restart in an hour. So Is that a fox? I don't really need a fox, but worst case scenario, we die before then. Maybe we'll call it. Maybe we'll start again and see what we can do. But at an hour, at the latest. I guess I missed the feed stand completely. I think it was back that way. I think I went a little too far out. Okay, with the road here. I kind of need to go, yeah, that way. Actually, just to the right of it. There's no cover out here, which is not fantastic, but not like we haven't field ran before. Yeah, okay, there's our train track, so we'll just kind of let that funnel us in and take the train track bridge over. There is the potential for a train wreck on these tracks before we get over to before we cross the bridge to Toplin, so we should be okay. This is like the precursor part of a potential video for any nonsense that takes place in there, but I say all that, we probably won't see anybody. I don't intend to loot the town either, so I wouldn't be really mad at doing the medical in there, but I'm more interested in going past it and hitting a couple of the hunting cabins on the south end. So that's probably what we'll do. This will be a rather uneventful pass through Toplin. We'll cross the bridge and then man, it kind of just makes more sense to go past the PD, though. We'll do it. We'll do it. Whatever. If we die, we die. We'll start again. Best case scenario, there's an R12 with our name on it. Oh, there is a train. Okay. It looks... It's hard to tell, but I think it's a civilian train. But either way, it's alright. We'll take it. That's a shot. Turn the old, Did you take it? Where's the steam? There we go. The old steam capture noise. It took the other one too. It just took a second. Yeah, it's cool. I know there's cooler mods and stuff, you know, on the modded servers where it's like better sky or something like that. That's pretty impressive. They went a little overboard on some of the winter servers, though, I think, where it's like the northern lights are like the craziest display of northern lights you've ever seen in your life, and it's like, all right, I'm not looking for realism. You know, I want it to look cool, but every single night is like amazing to look at. That took way too long. Like hesitated a moment. Oh, I want your battery. No, don't stand in the middle of this field. Well, let's drop a bunch of crap just so we can make room for this battery. It's funny how much, like, excessive food. I've been a glutton for food just to get more space because I'm too stubborn to drop a burlap sack if I maybe find a rope. Oh, we're finally getting cold. Maybe we'll jump in the train car bit here. Do a little rinse out because it's not rainy looking. I think we'll be all right. Where? Oh, okay. I was about to say, did somebody lock you in a train? Oh, underneath. Okay. Uh-oh. Give me my bolt! Give me my bolt! I need to get better at hip firing this thing too, but since I'm triple carrying, it kind of makes it... Oh. Swaps. Makes it a bit more difficult to do so. A baseball bat. Thank goodness. I don't really want to jump up and jump down every time I shoot this, but... You're right. I realized too how close I am to a starter town where a dude with a BK is just like, oh yes. Oh, that's an ugly bag, but I really should take it. I could take the Oriole machete, I can repair it. I don't want to give up the butt pack, but it's so much storage. Ooh, Mark II mech. Okay. Yeah, I've got to take the ugly bag. Ugh. It grosses me out. But until we find another one, and being a dry bag is obviously super helpful. Let's just double switch over. Clicky, clicky, click. No, this wildly unnecessary to take this much tape, but oops, that's not what I wanted. Get back in there. How are we doing stuff-wise? Actually, quite well. I'm not super excited about a damaged plate, but again, the fact that we have a plate at all is still pretty awesome. Yeah, we'll take the Mark II mag. Of course you're locked. Why wouldn't you be locked? I don't think it's going to start raining again. I guess it's good that I didn't stop to wring stuff out. Yeah, you would jump there, wouldn't you? What do we got? Obviously drop stuff. Interesting. Yeah, I don't see like that. When I see that, I know that's for base stuff, but I'm always kind of curious, like, did I have the jungle boots? You can't put a knife in those, right? No. You know, like how many planks does it take to build a base? Why are people putting that level of effort? That's a better knife than our knife. Barely. I didn't even pay attention to it, but every little bit counts. Save the sharpening stone. Yeah, our frying pan's better than that. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna head to the PD. Let's see what's what. Maybe get into some shenanigans. I feel like, and here's the condition. If I'm not complete trash, which if you've ever seen me play before, you're familiar, then I should be able to take, like, you know, this guy. Granted, he doesn't have that much in the way of guns. Thanks, Natalia. Appreciate that. He's not super geared, but the guy behind the guy controlling him is probably not going to do so hot in a fight. So we'll see. We'll see what's up. That guy. Oh, I'm like, that guy has a stab vest. Well, yeah, you have a plate carrier. I wouldn't worry too much about it. That's the PD, right? Yeah, it's just the blue PD. Oh, we definitely have a bunch of homies around. Is that a barracks? Oh yeah, okay. One outside it. I didn't even realize that was here. You got stuff? You do have stuff. This is the worst time ever to be checking. Ooh, a handheld transceiver outside the PD. Once again in a spawn town. I keep hearing the rain like hitting the grass, and it sounds... I don't know if this means they're good headphones or trash headphones, but it sounds to me like footsteps running around in the grass. Just have this ready in case this guy turns around. Hoping I can just sneak by. Be nice to keep them. Yeah, okay, sweet. Oh, you can get through the doorway. Okay, potentially okay with clothes there. Road flare. Not that that's, you know, an amazing set or anything. I've got the matches, so I don't care about the flare. Now, that would have been huge if we would have gotten that to start. Double barrel. Okay. Obviously worth the trip. Good trade. Good trade. I do want slugs, so that is all we've got out, right? Yeah, okay. The rain noise is just constantly creeping me out. Single shot, that's fine here.
should knock somebody that's got starter gear. I really should read the comments. I'm sorry I didn't there. Natalia, I liked your stream and you're doing an amazing job. I appreciate that. Natalia, if you are, I apologize for my previous comment. If you're a real person. You do have one of those names, though, that is notorious to come into a small streamer's stream on Twitch and offer things. That sounds... that sounded more nefarious than it is, even though it is nefarious, but... if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, we'll take a clock mag. You never know. Handcuffs. I think I'm alone. I mean, there's been zombies outside doing nothing. Just kind of walking around, zombie-like. Yeah, okay, the double barrel was worth it. Ooh, this is dumb. Okay, nothing. Let's, where's a good spot? This is a good spot. You can't see me from there. Let's get this into better shape, because this is actually a pretty decent find. I usually prefer a shotgun to, you know, other close range stuff. Everything else is in good shape, right? That we're not worried about that until we actually find one, but... oh, this backpack. Oh, so bad. The teal one is just as much of an eyesore, but for whatever reason. Maybe it's just because I like the color better. I don't mind having that big monstrosity. Okay, let's not stand there while we look. Where are we headed? We need to head... I'm not going to bother with that barracks. We need hunting stuff. So let's go out of here away from the barracks. Toward the guard shack. And then we'll fine-tune our direction a little better. I didn't check this room. As we go down. Another BK. Another Glock mag. Do you have a shot? Please, what? Where? Okay, that's super funny. Behind the door. Repeater don't care. Sporter don't care. A better BK-43. Good thing I wasted the cleaning kit there. So somebody obviously has been around and had their way with guns. I do need to... no shots, okay. Alright, interesting. I wonder, you know, because like I'm kind of guilty of this when I kind of see... which way am I looking? Down the bridge. Opposite way. When I see Livonia as the map where geared guys always come back to the spawn area, like maybe I'm just really unfamiliar with the map. Because I'm not like overly geared, realistically. But if you saw me, plate, helmet, we have... that's not much tincture, but it's okay. We'll take it just in case we end up needing it. If you saw me, you would just assume, you're like, oh, that dude's so geared. Just with the plate and the helmet and more than one gun on my back. But yeah, realistically, I don't really have much of anything. Okay, we'll hit the pub at the end of the street. Not like that I'm looking forward to looting a pub, but just for navigation's sake. Oh, you're too fat. You can't jump fences anymore. I like how I literally could have just kept running. Yeah, we'll hit that and then we'll take a left and follow those power lines. Again, I don't know what it is about certain houses, but I saw that one and I was like, go in there. There's delicious treasures in there. I should have, speaking of chat comments, I should have an overlay, a chat overlay, like it should be working even as we speak, but I've obviously messed something up with it. So, there it is, Natalia, I knew it. The name, you guys need to get better at choosing realistic people names. Ruined bolt, how many bolts do I have left? 5, okay. For those on YouTube, Natalia is a Twitch bot that for some reason offers you art and models and stuff like that. And they're actually smart enough to where they will like respond to what I'm saying right now and be like, no, I'm legit, I swear. What is up there? I've never seen... That's 357. With all the 357 too I've been passing, I always forget whether Deagle's 45 or 357. All the 357 I've passed, I'm like, nah, I don't need it, I don't need it, I don't need it. And I would have loved to have picked that up. I don't know why I was going upstairs there. There is an excessive amount of clothing in this house. Or in this pub, rather. Okay, we're at the pub. We're going out the front door. We're going left. I think this is what I meant to do. So we came from that way? Yeah, so we actually want to go this way, these power lines, to the right. Church on the hill, we'll just stay left of that. What is that? Is that a CR mag? It is. So for the time being, we'll do a little unload, but that'll be good. I would like a CR rifle. Playing with my buddies over on Deadfall during the day, and I've been like just tearing it up with the CR. Now for me, tearing it up is 2 kills in that life, so it's not like that's, you know, incredible by any means, but ooh, quick little boy. Do I want the red over the orange? No, same thing. And you know, I've shot a CR before, but it's always funny when like you have a good run with a certain gun and all of a sudden like that's much better than you've ever remembered it. It's like, no, it's not. It's the same gun. You're just hitting some shots. I don't mind a BK, but obviously the break action is like, is painful when it's the seconds count. That's why I have a hard time putting the double barrel on double. You miss your double and then you're just like scrambling around in a panic. More than normal. Okay, we can follow this down. Natalia's still hard at work. So she's still trying to get this. I like too how you say Insta instead of Instagram. It's like it's very, very human of you. Speaking of human, very human-shaped piles of dirt. Okay, did I get off track here? Those power lines parallel to this road, where that road meets a trail. We're gonna take it left. Bye, Topolin. Good riddance. I think I might have actually missed the trail, but we'll hit this stuff up. Don't need that. Yeah, I'm gonna take it. We got the Mark II mag. It's only inevitable. We'll come across a Mark II here sooner than later. What do you got? Eye patch. Arg! I wonder where... there's a YouTube video that keeps getting recommended to me. I don't even know who it is. But where did the ARG thing come from? Why is that immediately associated with pirates? Obviously, there's something historical there. You know, like... there was some slang or vernacular against either, you know, British, Dutch, Spanish, whatever, right? But it's such a funny thing that's like... that's our go-to for piratey stuff. I think this is... the trail that the hunting stuff is against. Yeah, there it is right there. Okay. Yeah, let's go for seeds. That's what I'd love to run into potato. One of these dudes that like plays a medic or, you know, a farmer or the fisherman. You can see him all the time as I stutter over that thought. Like posting about it, but more slugs. Slugs is like the thing. Let's ditch. Let's stand still. Yeah, ditch that. Slightly more of that. Actually, I think it was the exact same amount. There's only one of these here. So church is probably that way. Fixated on navigation other than my surroundings. Piano house in front of me, so further right can kind of bypass this stuff. Just scope out some things on the way, but ideally that better rifle, a CR, or you know, just something that takes 308. I'm doing terrible at okay, I don't know why I've still got the burlap. Like, it's time to go. As soon as I picked this bag up, I don't know why I didn't ditch it. Obviously I wasn't thinking about it. Okay, I see where I am. I think I've turned too far to the north. Matches are in here. Yum yum sticks. This is ridiculous, but come on, get the sticks. I need to organize too. Being this disorganized is making it take much longer just to pick something simple up. Okay, so power line's starting from here and going that way, so to the right. Should be a hunting cabin over there. Hello, my dear. Wasn't sure if I was bleeding based on that slap crossbow hit noise at the same time there. Pink raincoat. Very stylish. Yeah, it should be somewhere along this way. Some new folk have come through. I'm glad there's been signs of life. You know, we saw the dude in the spawn, like, when we spawned. Oh, it's Mosin rounds. Crap, that sucks. Oh well. It won't suck if we get Mosin. I've got the CR mag. We need to unload that real quick. Because that's where we're going to end up finding somebody, and we could have had ammo the whole time. Obviously, we'll hang on to this, but... Go away. Makes me feel a little better to have at least 5 shots that we can go off of. Do we have water on the way out of here? No. We'll find it later. I'm not going to stop here. I'm not going to turn around for it. BK? BK? With a shot? I don't know why I switched. I could have... They're both the same condition. I literally could have just, well, you know. You know the drill. We've already done it. I also don't know why I looked at that helmet like that was going to be something I wanted. Do you have anything? Nope. Yeah, somewhere... Gas. It took me a second to think about what that was. Where is this hunting bit? I think... Oh, down the road. Down the road on the left side, so... Let's grab our friend first. Oh, that's what I'd hate. Do better, do better. I was just gonna say, too, before I missed that shot, that I'm looking forward to, like, running out of crossbow bolts. So I can stop triple carrying. I have no idea where that went, so let's just do a new one there. Where is the closest gas? Oh, okay. It's just like a bus stop area south of us. That's definitely where that hit. What do we got to restart? We got a little over 30 minutes. So we're still doing alright. I would like to for sure... Got battery? No battery. For sure make it out of town. You know, stop dilly-dallying so much with trying to find like one hunting shack when we could just go find a hunting camp. But we're already here, so I was just curious. There it is. I was curious if I could find it. Cool ground shot. Okay, we can basically follow this to the end. So we'll loot this whole street on the way out. And then that hunting cabin will be at the end of the street. This is kind of the first house that's had all the doors open like that. Yeah, that's definitely somebody's bag. I wouldn't switch to the teal like I was talking about earlier. Just because of the... for sake of color. And not even for visibility. Obviously that's also pretty visible. But realistically, just because I don't want to take the time. You stick out just as much. It doesn't save me all that much to swap it. Okay, there's the hunting cabin up there. Once again, we keep trading up like the same knife, just different quality. Give me the better kitchen knife. And then look at your kitchen knife that you just dropped. So you definitely shouldn't be surprised that there's a kitchen knife on the ground. Yeah, like I feel like that's like a dude's t-shirt. You had to drop the alcohol for the iodine, didn't you? I don't know why they did both. Like, why alcohol and iodine? They serve the exact same purpose. They take up the same amount of slots. You almost think that one should do like a slightly better job, maybe? I don't know. I don't know what the it feels very playery around. There we go. Oh, and a fishing pole? Okay, that's badly damaged anyway. We could repair it, and that's pretty awesome. So I'm kind of thinking about that. But I'd really rather have the fishing pole. And it has a mag. Okay. Okay, okay. Let's take a second. I'm very excited about that. Obviously a scope would be ideal, but you know, beggars, choosers, all that nonsense. The Sarlane window, right? Yeah, okay. Let's get our mags loaded up, our mags cleaned up. We're gonna head slightly south out of town. This is obviously the one that we'll have in the gun. I'm really tempted to drop the crossbow now, but I'd like to hang with it. I like a crossbow, so as much as I've been complaining about them. Let's get this clean just in case we need to swap in the heat. Because this is the gun I'd keep until you find, you know, something significantly better. Especially if we can get a scope in. There's 2 hunting cabins we can check. I'm out of bullets, right? Okay, one more. 2 cabins and a hunting stand. And then we'll kind of, actually 3 cabins, we'll just keep going further south. And then we'll just kind of keep heading south. But, alright, BK's good. CR, cool. Yeah, that worked out really well. I wasn't expecting to be delivered what we were looking for. Maybe we'll do that long barn. And then the long barn just gives you like, if we get a blaze though, I'd be hard pressed to keep a CR. The old runners. I love how they finish their yell. Finish screaming. Thank you. What do we got? Nothing? Sharpening stone that we've already got. And nothing in the coat. Okay, so this way. Yeah, through the power lines. Slightly left than perpendicular through the power lines. I'm assuming we're going to see it. It's kind of the only thing on the other side of some trees. A little road. It's like a cabin and what looks like maybe a garage or something along those lines. East. Yeah, slightly southeast. That makes sense. There we go. There's our little garage bit. Sheath. Save some more space, that's good. Did the foot noise thing again. Okay, buckshot. Oh, I have a hip pack, not a belt. We'll keep it until I don't have room for it. Restart in 30, yeah, we'll just go right up to the restart. Okay, from this cabin, again, slightly southeast, mostly east. Be a hunting stand up here, and then we actually have to like kind of change direction and go southwest from there. to hit a hunting cabin. Okay, if that's to my right, that makes sense. Should be a trail on the other side. Kind of before the trees, really, but... There we go, there's our trail. And then the hunting stand should be on the edge here. We through into the left. Yeah, I think that's where it is. Yeah, at this point, hunting scope. Slightly, like a couple shots of 7.6239 I'd be happy with. What do we have? We got 6 in. And 3 more. Not terrible. Especially if we get a scope. I'm not too worried about missing too many. Alright, I would really like to find this hunting stand just in case we find this. I wish, so for our YouTube viewers, Natalia over on Twitch, like it's still messaging. I'm not saying it's being offensive. It's a bot. I wish it were intelligent enough to like actually respond to questions, because I really want to know, like, does that work? Are there like small-time streamers that are so desperate to get like some artwork done? And granted, you know, here you'll see what I'm talking about. This is my intro and outro screen. Obviously, it's AI generated in Paint, right? People are like, oh, I hate AI. I'm not an artist, so for me, that's the kind of thing that I have for my intro and outro screen. I do my own YouTube thumbnails. They're not great, but you know what? I put the effort in. So it's funny when, you know, they just like send these Twitch, like, I don't even know what, like, how do they even find people? It must just go to the bottom of the list for viewers. I'm about to give up on this hunting stand, but I really don't want to. We're facing east. There should be a line of trees in front of me. That's the thing. Power line's in the distance. I think I'm facing the wrong way. Power lines should be to the west or northeast. That would be southeast, though. Okay, well, you're smart enough to read the sun, or at least look at the sun. That doesn't require being smart. Yeah, I don't... This is directly east, and there should be... Is this the thin line of trees, maybe? I'm not sure. Anyway, do they send these bots out to the bottom of the thing, and like every once in a while, a new streamer gives them their Discord, and like that I don't know what, like, what's the next part of the scam? Like, what do you get out of that? Like, oh, good, you've added me on Discord. Is it like a multi-tiered thing? Next, I talk to you for 6 months and get you to send me money because I'm, you know, in another country and I'm underprivileged. There we go. I'd love to find out. I'd love to have a, you know... This is a well-known thing too, right? Like, obviously this isn't the first time I've encountered it. It's been a while. So that's the interesting part. Quit complaining about Twitch nonsense. BK18. Do you have a shot? You don't. Okay, from here, we need to go complete opposite. I really do need to shoot a direction, though, because we need to go, like, pretty much directly southwest. Good shot. Okay. Keep the moon, like, almost off screen. I don't have room for goat. Or sheep. I do. We should go get it. It was this way. That's the direction we were heading. We'll recage with that in a second. Let's go see about this poor animal. Where are you? Hey, buddy. I'm sorry. This will be the only time that somebody is in the area will hear the goat. There'll be a goat activist. I think one of the funnier things, you know, obviously I was like, that's a reason that somebody would kill me. One of the funnier things on the Reddits and stuff like that is like, why do people do this? Like, why do people shoot you in a game where you can shoot each other? Well, okay, that was wildly unexpected. Let's get rid of this. We'll let it do its thing for a moment. Let's eat this. If somebody just happens along and sees me laying on top of all the goat goods, then good for them. I'll be very surprised. Okay, space. 2 more. I think we have some garbage ones too. Let's ditch those for a little better quality. I got the zucchini too. Let's eat that. I'll take this in its place. And this is dumb because I've got to lay here and eat this. Yeah, the hydration will help though. Also, my orange bag is like just sticking out of my back. Like, hey, come on in. Come say hi. Okay, that was for that one. Not a whole lot I can do. Man, I got too much crap though. Let's ditch the potato. This is better off than the potato anyway. Okay. Good stop. That was worth it. We can stop wherever we want and use the cook setup, so it's not like we need to do a fire to get food out of that. So that was really good. The bummer about going to this other... There's a road, so at least we have a backstop, but... And we should be kind of continually going like slightly uphill with the uphill on our left, so it won't be that hard to find it. There's not a whole lot of landmarks out this way, though, is what I was stabbing at. Okay, that's back where we came from. That was Topland, right? Yeah, I was complaining about it the whole time. How can you not remember where it was? So we're about halfway between the hunting stand we just came from and the next cabin. Get some hydration here as well. I think that's going to be a gas zone now too. That's just a farm down there. I'm totally not looking up at the screen, so this will be interesting. There's Pioneer with an extra eye in it that we could kind of trend towards. I think, what's our time looking like? A little less, about 20 minutes. So we might be able to make it as far as Pioneer before the restart. We'll give it a try. Alright, back to looking at this. Where... That one. So the cabin might be right in front of this. I don't think I had gone that far yet, but there it is. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll go from this cabin to another hunting stand to another hunting cabin outside the Lisi, and then we'll just bypass the Lisi. I'm kind of tempted to go check it though, but I don't think we'll have enough time to do that and the next hunting cabin. I'm tempted to make that happen, but I've got the canteen, so I'm not worried about it. We can make a silencer though. Let's do that. A suppressor. Hunter pants? Yeah, that's definitely better. Drop sheath. More buckshot. Buckshot is just like in extreme abundance on this playthrough. That's nice. We could have had more goat, but it's all good. Okay, I should have checked this out before we started moving out of here, but the elbow in these power lines, was I expecting a road? I was. We want to go right. There is a trail up here. 20-minute restart. I'm very pleased with the run overall. Not just what we found, the goods that we've come across. Here's our trail. Just handrail that. Because we should find, just on the other side of these trees, we should find that hunting stand. I'm pleased with the goods we've got. We're fed. We have the means to have water. I'm just being stubborn about not drinking, although I should here shortly. Armor's good. Like, just missing, like, basically a scope and some more ammo, and then we can get into some decently significant encounters. So hopefully next week, I'm just going to play this character again. You know, my intent is always to kind of do a fresh start on Saturdays and instill a little more shenanigans than we've done since it's been so quiet. But like I said, I'd like to take this character down to the bunker. And then probably what I'll do is kind of on one of the Saturdays, this is a little scummy, but on one of the Saturdays where we've made it down there, if that's the case, right? This is all planning way further ahead than where we're at right now on day one of this life. Getting on a little earlier to play the life through when the pop's higher. Because I'm not even 100%, like, I'm pretty sure you have to get the officer zombie at a military convoy. We just got hunter pants, but that would have been good. Where are we going from here? To the same direction. Oh man, we're going to be open field running for so much this way. This is not the best spot to go. You have to kill an officer zombie at military convoy crash. Is that water? There's no way. No, okay, that's that little, like, you know, barber pole thing. Say, I was like, there's no way there's something weird that's not on the I Survive map in a vanilla server. Anyway, so you off an officer zombie, they have the chance to have a key card for the bunker, and then I know it's down south, but I don't even know where it is. So it will be a learning process. I'm gonna refrain from purposely seeking out a video that has it. I'm sure I've seen Running Mans go in there more than once, probably. Let's see if we can see where we're headed from here. It's got to be that. That's got to be Zalisi there. It's the only thing between me. But I won't purposely seek that out, and we'll just kind of like organically head down south. And I'm assuming if I just kind of zoom out on I Survive and look, yeah, okay, it's the only military in this kind of the southwest. There's another one further east, but that's just towers and stuff. So yeah, I imagine that's what it is. But yeah, that'll be the goal. I can only assume. I see Dolnik looks like a busier town, but I can only imagine that either what looks like a military area. I'm totally disregarding the screen and just kind of walking right now. This will be interesting. The military area southeast of Nadbor, and then Dolnik. But otherwise, I imagine everybody kind of sticks to the west side of the map. Exactly for the purpose that I'm talking about. Okay, I do need to make sure I'm speeding up a little bit here though, with about 15 minutes left. I've got this cabin to hit, and then I'd like to hit the cabins down at Pioneer, which is like just the south end of Zalisi here. So I don't even think it'd be as far as I'm looking, but that would be ideal. And then next time, we'll get just outside of that, the Pioneer cabins, and we can hit those again if we didn't grab what we were looking for. Okay, with the barn, it should be to the right of that. It should be like in here somewhere. Other side of a road. I don't think this far though. There we go. I was going to say, it'd be hilarious if you were somebody that just, like, happened upon me as I flick my view all over the place trying to find something. Hunter pants, once again. Hunter pants and, chestplate. And boxes of slugs is kind of the surplus in this run. I'm sitting here listening to my guy's lip smack with a full canteen on my hip and just totally disregarding it. Okay. Simple problems that could have been solved earlier. Now solved. This should be... Was I just running off in the wrong direction? Like some random direction? Should be heading southwest. Is time of day different than I'm thinking about? Obviously where Livonia is going to play a part in this, but... Okay. I only have the one bandage too, huh? Yeah. That'll be a goal for next time as well. Get to a medical. There is one in Zalisi, but again, with the restart. So that'll be something that I'll totally forget before next week. Is to spawn in, do Pioneer again, provided we can get there. And then head up to Zalisi's medical and see if we can get some bandages. Oh. Hello, forest friend. Thank you for broadsiding for me. Oh, I did not expect you to have friends. I was a little afraid. That shot was a little inappropriate. I'm sorry about that, my man. I was a little afraid I was going to take his leg out there and have a crawler. Let's see. Is that church? Okay, we actually need to head way further south than we are. I didn't realize how close to city center I kind of was. And that's not where we want to be for sake of... Okay, I thought she was aggroed for a second. That would have greatly surprised me. Is this a player? This is a player. No, it's not. That model looked exactly like t-shirt. If it had cropped hiking pants on, I would have been... Well, I mean, I was convinced. Okay. Yeah, let's keep scooting here. It's gonna kick us in about 10 minutes. Which one is the last one out of town? There should be the road split. Do we want to follow main road? Yeah, we can. It'll just be on our right, which is not a big deal. There's the lake for it, so it's just on the other side there. We're gonna be cutting it close. Man, cow steaks would be nice to have, but... Focus. Focus on the task at hand. The tree stumps in Livonia keep, like, throwing me off. I don't know if it actually does look that much like a player, or I'm just so unused to seeing them. I don't think there's water down here, is there? No, there's not even a pub down here. That's okay. We can refill water. Zalisi will definitely be our home for a little bit on the next session. Yeah, I will be back for saturDayZ in a week. Back in My Day Friday next week will be delayed due to some travel-y goodness. That looks so much like a well. I'm assuming that was kind of the intent. Like, let's throw people off to make it kind of look like something that you're always on the lookout for. Kind of have to hastily do this. I mean, we got a little over 9 minutes before it'll probably kick us. This is exactly when you run into a bear trap. There is a boat in here with some sun in it. Alright, let's be slightly prepared, but I think we'll be alright. Our kind of player-looking zombie friend was the closest that I think I've seen to what made me think was a player anyway. Okay, we'll take that for sure. Let's bounce back and forth just in case we get kicked here. Yeah, 10 minutes it's got. Rope is good to have. I do have the fishing rod, so I don't technically need it. I need to get more rags also. I'd prefer that over the kitchen knife. Where is it? We'll fix that later. Mace. I've already been really bad at keeping track of which ones we have and haven't, so in that case, we'll just run down the line. Cargo pants. What pants do we have? The hunter. Nothing in the pouch. Oh, a box of 308 is huge. Nothing backpack. What was that? That one's better. Wasting time on getting both, but okay. Should be no sweat to grab these last two. I really don't want to restock that, but we've got them now. They're your crossbow bolts. You triple carrying mess. That's 42, right? Oh, that's perfect. Okay, here's what we're going to do then. We're going to grab that. Oh, I can't. I'm triple carrying. How are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? Buy crossbow. That kind of bums me out, but at the same time, I'm okay with having that happen. Let's go out of here. I did hear zombie over here. Where do we want to go? To our left. Do I even really care to get across the road? I'm not really concerned. Of course that happened. Let's see if we can get away from him. Not really concerned about logging in like up here and being spotted. There's another friend. But let's be a little bit more cautious about it. Okay, let's get in here. Let's patch this real quick. Swap the bag out, and then it'll be right about time for a restart. The only thing we missed in there are a couple cars and like the sheds in there, but I think that's pretty good for where we're at. I'm much happier with having the orange bag gone, especially with the same storage. I heard grass footsteps. Obviously it's a zombie, but it still really gave me pause. I was like, oh no. Where's our crap compensator? There it is. You're empty. Let's fix this before I forget, because that is something I will very much do. Just go to swing and break my only knife again. At least it's not for breaking into a base I can't get into. Overall good session. Not overly exciting, which, you know, thus is dayz. We've got some 919, right? Just kind of loose. I do need to take a second, actually. Yeah, there we go. And just make this a little less of a pain to look at and deal with. Let me see if I have a moment to make that happen. What do we have mags for? We got Mark II, which we'll keep. We have a Colt. I'm gonna keep the Glock mags for now. Get this out of here. Get our Penchka. Okay, let's go and order stuff that we actually have. I got too much stuff. Oh, I was gonna make that bottle suppressor and I never did. What do we have in here? Let's just eat that up real quick. Is it smart to leave that? It'd be server restart and I have no intent to come back. And that's when I'd have to come back because you left your frying pan like a dummy. It would be nice to actually have this with food in it. Start getting some of that stuff swapped out. Okay, I do have 919, but until I get the gun for it, it's really no point in making that happen. I might as well just get this all steaks so I can just get it cooked up when we're ready for that. Okay. I did not mean to swap those out. It just happened that way. Stop it. Stop doing that. Get all the shooty goodness in the same spots. Rope can come. Nope. Rope can come down here. How are we doing condition wise? Still need epoxy. So finding heading into industrial areas is probably going to be the goal relatively soon, so we can make that happen. This is still a mess, but it's better. It's a better mess. Let's do mags that we actually have first. Is this the Glock? Yeah. Okay. Well, I've only got the one for the Colt. Alright, it's still gross, but it's better. It's better to look at anyway. We'll be scrambling around for where was that mag, so on and so forth. Yeah, it's fine. Just want to get that tape out of there. Okay, that will do. This is where we're going to call it. Good run. Usually, I want to show a start on a fresh spawn on Vanilla Official, and we did, right? Obviously, it started today. Where we're sitting at right now is fantastic for my perspective for a 2-hour playthrough. Plate, helmet, CR with ammo. 2.5 hours. It says survived. Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. 2.5 hours. But pretty solid run. I'm gonna kind of discontinue the fresh spawn on official until this guy dies, which you never know. Who knows when that'll be? But he's looking good. I'm looking forward to playing that. So thanks to everybody over on YouTube. Appreciate you guys sticking around. Once again, next Saturday will be the next time I'll be back. I might do some more Deer Isle through the week. Oh no, actually I won't. I won't do any Deer Isle. I will be away until Saturday. So Saturday for this guy's life is the next time I'll see you. I'll keep the video rolling for this life as well, just in case we get into some nonsense throughout his time. But I appreciate you coming by. If you happen to be watching this at a later time, I'm elderb. Take care.